Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Michael Maney begins now.
Good evening everyone. Labor's unveiled a major boost to its proposed Tassie Doc clinics at its campaign launch in Devonport 6 days out from election day. But it's been soured by a new poll showing the party could record its lowest primary votes in a century.
Revving up Labor faithful for a big charge towards the finish line. The party launching its campaign with a familiar message.
It's time for a fresh start. Our team is ready. Tasmania is going to this election because the Liberals have failed. Time and time and time again.
Federal Treasurer Jim Chalmers also making an appearance, a symbolic move against the backdrop of the state's troubling finances.
The Liberal waste, the overruns and the blowouts are costing Tasmanians dearly.
Before rolling out the red carpet for the state's Labor leader.
After the Spirits fiasco, even basic competence would be a good start. But we should want more than that, much more.
Vowing to do more, lifting the curtain on plans to double the number of Tassie Doc clinics.
We'll make sure that Tasmanians can access free doctor appointments no matter where they live with this card.
But a new poll is threatening to rain on the party's parade. The Demos AU poll, commissioned for Polls Tasmania, has found the Liberals are ahead in the primary vote at 34.9%, while Labor has sunk to seemingly historic lows.
Labor hasn't been as low as this poll since 1903, but it has had polls this bad in the past.
Jeremy Rockcliffe is also well in the lead as preferred Premier.
Labor should be concerned about the lack of visible traction in the polls because the polls are feeding into the narrative that this election is pointless.
There are many people in the Labor Party, including his own parliamentary Labor Party, who are shaking their heads and saying, how could we get this so terribly wrong?
In response, Labor says they're the party to vote for if Tasmanians want free doctors' appointments, immediate cost of living relief or more housing, though the real winners, according to the poll, will be independents and the Greens.
Certainly the polls, though, are indicating that the community are turning away from the big parties.
The only poll that matters is the 19th of July, next Saturday.
Anthony Dodd, 7 Tasmania News.
The poll by Demos AU has also estimated how many seats independents the major and minor parties might pick up. It's got the Liberals and Labor unchanged or potentially losing a seat, the Greens possibly picking up an extra 1 or 2, while 4 to 6 independents could be voted in.
This poll, for example, says less than 60% of all voters support one of the two major parties. That is a huge erosion of this idea of majority government.
Premier Jeremy Rockcliffe was predicted to get the highest quota, followed by fellow Liberal Bridget Archer. High-profile independents Peter George, Christy Johnston and David O'Byrne also predicted to get quotas in their own right. The poll surveyed more than 3,400 Tasmanians in the past week. As the race to sway undecided voters draws close, the Premier swapped out healthcare for hay today. Back on the farm, pumping up his priorities for agriculture. He's launched a broadside at the Greens, who today joined a rally calling for a focus on the environment.
Just under a week out from polling day and the Liberals are ploughing ahead. The Premier reaffirming his crop of agricultural promises.
Agricultural training, it's about water development, it's about strategic partnerships and research and development. All the key ingredients to ensure that agriculture can continue to grow.
Pledging strategies to boost productivity across freight, agritourism, education, infrastructure and the workforce.
What will not be the farmer's friend is a Labor Green government where you have a Labor Party beholden to the Greens with anti-agricultural policies, policies that will force Tasmanian farmers to reduce cow numbers in the dairy industry, reduce cattle numbers in the beef industry.
The Greens say he's scaremongering and their policies are to incentivise livestock emission reductions, not cut livestock numbers.
It's a shame. In a climate and biodiversity crisis, we need to strengthen our environment laws.
And while the Premier was treading familiar ground, the Greens did too, joining protesters putting forests, oceans and climate on the agenda.
The Liberal and Labor parties have no election announcements to protect the environment. Their only commitments are to go in harder and destroy it even further.
The Greens and some independents are calling to end native forest logging and salmon farming. They claim major parties are putting profit ahead of planet protection.
They're listening to their big donors though. They're listening to big salmon, to big mining companies and to their other big donors.
So Liberal and Labor parties are sucking on the teat of big corporations.
We're not about shutting industry down, we're about supporting the growth of industry.
Rebecca Gaidenera, 7 Tasmania News.
A 13-year-old boy has been seriously injured in a motorbike crash on the state's east coast. The incident happened on a fire trail in the Chain of Lagoons area around midday yesterday. It's understood the teenager was riding with his family when he came off his bike. The injured rider was airlifted to Royal Hobart Hospital. Police are still investigating and are calling on anyone with information to come forward. A passionate motorbike enthusiast is on the most important ride of his life. Terry Devine is on a solo journey around the country to raise funds for cancer research. Today he made a stop in his hometown of Hobart.
Decades of friendship has fueled Terry Devine for an epic solo journey.
I've lost 4 good friends, 4 best mates to cancer in the last 4 years.
He's riding across the country to ensure others will benefit from life-saving cancer research. On his trusty Royal Enfield 350, his route started in Brisbane and will take him over 15,000 k's.
I've always loved motorcycles. I'm surrounded by old motorcycle friends here.
This weekend, halfway through his challenge, he took a side trip to his hometown of Hobart to be with those at the heart of his endeavour.
This is the pinnacle of it because we're amongst all the family and friends of the 4 people we've lost, and I've got friends here from primary school.
On his way here, he stopped in towns large and small, motivated by the support of the people he's met.
He spoke to me afterwards and said that his brother had passed away at 7:30 that morning and he could have flown back to Melbourne, but he decided to stay to thank me for my endeavours. So that sort of keeps a man going across the Nullarbor when it's pretty cold.
If you would like to follow and support Terry's journey, he posts regular updates on the Terry's Ride Around Australia for Cancer Research Facebook page, and donations can be made on the Australian Cancer Research Foundation website. Billy Gibbons, 7 Tasmania News.
Meanwhile, Tassie's Lockie Dalton has capitalised on his career-first pole position to lead from start to finish in Townsville. Dalton powered his Mustang from lights to flag with an impressive win.
22 years of age, this young Tasmanian has come here with his back against the wall and people questioning his abilities, and he will leave silencing those critics today.
It's Dalton's maiden victory in the Dunlop Super 2 Series, and he's jumped from 11th to 4th in the driver standings. Hobart Chargers men have pulled off a nail-biting win against Frankston in the NBL 1. While a close game from the start, the Chargers led until the last 2 minutes when Harris gave the Blues a narrow advantage. The clock was under 10 when Vincent D'Angelo brought the Chargers home by a point.
D'Angelo looks to attack. D'Angelo gets it to go! And he puts his team back in front.
Not so lucky for the women, going down by 44 points. It was almost as close for the Northwest Tasmania men, neck and neck with Sandringham as the clock wound down. The Sabres' Ben Eyre put them ahead.
It's aggressive, gets a finger roll to the ring, it finally drops.
Needing a 3-pointer to win, a possible 2-point leveller from Trey Armstrong fell short. Well, that's all in sport. Jackie Harvey will join us shortly with a look ahead to tomorrow's weather.
Good evening. It was a very windy day today as northwesterly winds strengthened across the state. Hobart reached 17, 15 across Devonport and Burnie Launceston 14. 18 was the state's top in Friendly Beaches, 15 across St Helens and Flinders Island, and 13 was the high in Cressy. A broad band of cloud crossed over the state today from the west. Further out, an extensive cloud band associated with a cold front moved through Victoria and South Australia. Tomorrow shows a broad westerly flow continue over Tasmania, with the cold front moving to the west of the state. West to southwesterly winds tomorrow 20 to 30 knots, reaching 35 knots about the southeast. Swells up to 5 metres in the west and south and up to 2 metres in the north. A gale warning is current for the central north coast, Flinders Island, east coast and southwest coast, and a strong wind warning for Storm Bay, far northwest coast, Banks Strait, Franklin Sound, east coast and the west coast. Tomorrow's forecast now: Hobart 9 with a possible shower, a shower or two across Dover and Ooze. In the north, Launceston and Devonport 11, becoming cloudy in Scottsdale. A possible shower in Burnie tomorrow with more showers across Stanley and Strawn. St Helens and Swansea, partly cloudy with a morning frost in Ross. Looking ahead to the 3-day forecast now: Tuesday, showers about the west with snow falling to 800 metres during the morning. Wednesday, showers more so about the west with the chance of an evening thunderstorm. And Thursday, showers more widespread about the north and west. Capital cities 17 and showers easing in Perth tomorrow. Melbourne, a shower or two, and sunny in Sydney. And currently Hobart 10 and rain, Launceston light rain right now, and Devonport 9 with some light rain. And it looks like Tassie can expect some more rain across this week, Michael.
Thanks for that, Jackie. Yeah, I think we need a little bit more, don't we? Well, that's all your news for now. Thanks for joining us from all the team at 7 Tasmania. Have a lovely evening. Good night.